Hi there, Tracy here, and here's a short little video clip to explain to you how I did the process of my contacts gathering or capturing, as well as giving my contact to new people. So let's take a look. The first thing I did is that I created a Microsoft form that captures the details of my new contact. Now, this Microsoft form, very easy to build. When you then go to sharing, you'll see that there is a QR code that you can actually export, and you can download this. So there's your QR code. And when I downloaded the QR code, I then went and created an image in PowerPoint. So I used a screen lock background or something for my phone, and I inserted this QR code on the image to space it in the right place. And I then used snipping tool to snip it, and I mailed it to my phone so that I would have the image and I could place it on my phone. So then going back to the Microsoft form, the next step was that I had to create a list in Sharepoint to capture the context. But first, I went to Site Assets and I loaded my .vcf or my V card, which is my personal contact card. So I loaded it in the Site Assets of the site where I'm going to go build the contact list. Now, the Sharepoint contacts list is a custom list that I used, and there you can see the columns that's been added in this custom list to create a contact list in Sharepoint. Of course, you can use Dynamics 365 as well, which actually looks at your contacts. Now, the title I renamed to name and surname. I then added company, telephone number, email address, Twitter handle, and I added up a follow-up column, which is a calculated column which adds a certain amount of days to the field so that I can actually run the workflow on it. Once I added the Sharepoint list and I have created the V card or my contact card and I loaded it in the site assets, I can then go and create the Microsoft flow. Now, the Microsoft flow, I used the template for when a new response is submitted on forms. So there I would go and select the form where I created the form. So there's the get response details. So there it points to the form ID and it says that it's going to capture the list responses. I then went and added an action that says create an item in Sharepoint. In Sharepoint, I can then take the columns from forms and populate it to the columns in Sharepoint. Now, of course, I had to create the same columns in Sharepoint to be able to achieve that. Then after the item is created in Sharepoint, I then have a get file content, which looks at my site assets and picks up the V card. So there I'm getting the file content, and then I'm going to send an email. In the send an email, I can then attach that content that I got in the previous step of my workflow. So there's the email that I sent, and of course, the 2 is the email address that's captured in Sharepoint. Then I go to Microsoft Teams and I post a message to my team and say, hey guys, I've made a new contact, maybe follow them on social media, and here's the details, or here's the list item to that specific item. And then last but not least, I create a task and planner to go and remind me within a couple of days to follow up with this new contact and see how we can actually collaborate in future. And that's how easy it is. That absolutely is the magic of co-innovation using Office 365. And of course, using the most important thing as well is the community, and that's the support and the people that is around you. I hope that you've enjoyed this, and I truly hope that you are going to go and try and build this. Chat soon.